today we'll start with this ions. Now, what is ion? Anybody? See, it's written that when atoms, group of atoms or molecules, okay, lose or gain electrons, they become charged, है ना? Positive charge, negative charge, right? So these charged are known as ions, means positive ion, or we can say negative ion. Okay. So here it's written atoms in solution generally exist in the form of ions. Your atoms in solution generally exist in form of ions means it exists in form of a plus charge or a negative charge. These can be negatively or positively charged. So these can be categorized into two types. One is cation, another one is anion. Cation is what? Plus. Cation is plus and your anion is minus, right? So what is ions? What is ion? Okay, anybody? What is ion?
Ma'am, the charged electrons are known as ions.
Yes, when atoms or you can say molecules, when it gains or loses an electron, then they become charged, positive charge or negative charge. So that positive and negative thing we call it as ion. Okay. And ion is positive or negative, so it is categorized into two types. One is positive one, which we call it as cation. Another one is negative one, which we call it as anion. Now, see, the positively charged ion is known as cation. Like, for example, Na plus, sodium, potassium, calcium, aluminium. Okay, Al is Al3 plus. It's not Al3 minus. No. Sodium is Na plus, means sodium is positively charged. Sodium is not negatively charged. You will never see this symbol. You will always see this symbol like Na plus every time or K plus, not K minus. No. Okay. So these are what? These are positively charged and these are known as cations. Now this is what anion. Anion are negatively charged, means Cl minus, Br minus, O2 minus. We will never see Cl plus. Never. Always will see Cl minus because this is what? Because this is what? This is negatively charged. And these are formed when when elements gain electrons. So anions are formed how? These are formed when when elements gain electrons. Okay, so ion is a group of atoms or molecules that they become charged when they loses or when they gain some electron, they become charged. So two things are there. One is positively charged atom and the one is negatively charged. So positive one example is this, negative one is this. Positive is known as cation and negative is known as anion. Okay, now what is polyatomic ion? A group of atoms carrying charge and act as a single entity is known as polyatomic ion. Now it carries a fixed charge. See, a group of atoms carrying charge and act as a single means it will always act as a single entity. Like for example, if I am writing NO3 minus, which is nitrate ion, if I am writing CO3 2 minus, which is carbonate, your sulfate ion, this is what? This acts as a single entity. So these are what? These are what? Polyatomic. Okay? NO3, your CO, your SO, N nitrogen, O oxygen, here C carbon and O oxygen, here S is sulfur and O is oxygen. So these are known as polyatomic ions. And here we are not writing Na plus O minus or K plus O minus. No, only here is single one is there. Hai? Single element. Sodium, potassium, calcium. Here also single element. Chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen. But here in this polyatomic, we are writing a group. NO32 minus, CO32 minus or SO42 minus. Okay. So these are known as poly means more than one. Okay. Polyatomic ions. Now here, this is what? This is my ionic compound. Let's say I'm taking ionic compound as carbon oxide. So here, what is the constituting elements of this carbon oxide? One is calcium oxide, one is calcium and another one is oxygen. If I'm writing what is, okay, wait. Magnesium sulfide. So I have what is the containing element in this magnesium sulfide? Hmm? Yeah. And one more. What? Anybody? Containing element in this magnesium sulfide? Nobody. One first one is magnesium, another one is sulfur.
Ma'am, so it's a compound, right?
Huh? It's a compound.
Magnesium sulfide is a compound, right?
Yes, it's an ionic compound. And what is the constituting element in this particular compound? Two
Magnesium and sulfur.
magnesium and sulfur. Yes. And what about sodium chloride? Sodium and chlorine.
Ma'am, basically salt, right?
Yes, NaCl.
Right.
So, what is polyatomic ions? Polyatomic ions, a group of atoms. This is what? A group of atom. Means your nitrogen is also present, your oxygen, here your carbon and oxygen, here is your sulfur and oxygen. Means it is what? It is a group. है ना? But here in this cation and in anion, we are not writing a group of atoms. No. Why we are not writing a group of atoms here? Anyone? Why we are not writing group of atoms in cation and in anion? Why? Nobody.
Ma'am, can you repeat? I couldn't hear you.
Why we are not writing group of atoms here in cation and in anion? But in polyatomic, we are writing group of atoms, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, because in polyatomic, you're basically combining them.
It's what?
Ma'am, you're combining them.
Huh.
Ma'am, because poly,
Yes.
ma'am, in poly, ma'am, there are more than one atoms.
Yes, yes, very good. So here in cation, there is what? There is only one thing, है ना? Only sodium, only potassium, only calcium. Here in anion, there is also one thing, one element, है ना? Chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen. But in poly means more than one. So here it's what? It's a group of atoms. Here we are not writing only N or only O. No, we are writing a group, है ना? Nitrogen and oxygen as a whole group. So that's why we call it as polyatomic, and here this is anion and cation is a single one. Now, what is valency? What is valency? Anybody? What is valency? See, it's written word, a combining power of an element is called its valency. Now, if I'm writing, let's say I'm writing Mg2 plus, okay, magnesium. So valency of this magnesium is what? Valency means power, to the power. So valency is 2 here, right? See, valency is what the combining power or capacity of an element is known as valency. Valency can be used to find out how the atoms of an element will combine or will combine with the atoms of another compound. Okay, so here is what if you look this chart, see it's written what your sodium, potassium, silver, copper, all are having valency as 1 because they are having power as 1, right? I'm not writing Na2 plus. No, I'm writing Na plus. Na plus means if nothing is there, then we call it as 1. It means 1 plus. So it's having valency of 1. And here in magnesium is power is 2, calcium power 2, zinc, iron, copper, all are having power 2. So valency is 2 here. And here in this aluminium, it's 3 plus, iron, it's 3 plus, so valency is 3. If let's say if any compound will, if any compound will have valency, let's say 7, then the power, if any compound will have, let's say power 7, then the valency of this compound will be 7. Okay, valency is nothing but a power of that particular compound. If anything, if I'm writing Cu2 plus, then the power of this particular compound is 2. So the valency is 2. Okay, see here. This is also what? Ammonium. Ammonium is NH4 plus. It means here also valency is 1. We will not look this. We will look this. Power. Power means, okay, here also in hydroxide it's OH. So OH is having power as 1. So valency is 1. Nitrate, your hydrogen carbonate, all are having power 1. So valency will be 1. Here your carbonate, sulfide and sulfate is having power 2. See, all are having power 2. So valency will be what atom here? 2. Yes. Here in this phosphate, it's PO3 minus. So valency will be 3. Yes. 3. So we will compare this valency as power. If power is 2, then your valency is 2. Power is 1, valency 1. And if your power is 3, then valency is also 3. Okay, so now valency concept is clear that what is valency? Hmm? Okay, so this is what? This is iron, है ना? Iron is what group of atoms which molecules loses or gain its electron. So it can lose or gain its electron in two ways. First is positively charged ion. Second one is negatively charged ion. Positively charged ion is cation and negatively charged ion is anion. This is what? This is a single thing, and a single entity, single compound, single element we can say. Sorry, single element only we can say. But in this polyatomic, it's what? It's a group. Here nitrogen and oxygen, it's what? It's a group of compounds. Hai na? So that's why it's poly, means more than one. Now this is what? This is ionic compounds and this is constituting elements of that particular ionic compound. And what is valency? We all know valency is nothing but a power of that particular compound, or we can say particular symbol. Okay? Understood everybody? Any doubt here? Razi?
Yes, I got it.
Got it? Okay. Arham.
Yes, I got it.
Any doubt, Arham?
No.
Sure.
I just have a little bit confusion about that power thing.
What confusion?
That
Which one?
like uh, um
Like
like that
what?
the power thing.
What? Valency one?
No,
Then?
I'm getting confused about the powers. What? Like, I couldn't get what exactly is power.
What, Arham?
I couldn't get what exactly was power.
Okay, this one, this topic.
Yes, no. No, I couldn't get what was power.
Okay, but why are you crying? Huh? What happened?
Nothing.
Okay, so this one, right? Valency one. I'll explain it again.
No,
See.
no, not the currency. I couldn't get what was power in the first place.
Power? What power? This power.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh? Okay. Okay, so I'm clear. Let's say I'm writing magnesium, okay? Magnesium is what?
And the
Magnesium is what? Mg2 plus, right, Anna?
and why don't
So magnesium. Can you please type the message, Anna? What are you saying actually? What power? This power.
No. Yes, ma'am.
So okay. So here magnesium is having power 2. है ना? So the valency of magnesium will be 2 and aluminium is having
Ma'am, what is power? I'm getting confused.
where around what power are you speaking? This is
two.
this one.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am. No.
Okay. Aram, can you please type? Please message me, na? Message. Yes, Arham. Arham, let's say I'm writing here aluminium. Ma'am, I don't know how you know the power is 2. Arham, here, acha. How to know the power is 2? That is fixed, Arham. That is fixed. Magnesium is having Mg2 plus only. It's not Mg3 plus or Mg4 plus. That is fixed. Aluminium is Al3 plus. It's fixed. Iron is Fe3 plus. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Now I got it.
Okay, but why are you crying? Don't cry, Arham. You are such a brilliant student. Okay? Okay, wait. Let me show you the periodic table. Where is it? Just a second. Here. See. This is a periodic table. No? But here it's not written. No. Oh. Like here, Arham. Like here, see. In this cation one, it's written na Al3 plus. Example is Al3 plus. Why? Because it is positively charged ion. Hai na? And here also, if you can.
Ma'am, I got it. Ma'am, that part I got. Ma'am, that part I got.
Okay. Let me just clear you. See this. This is what Al3 plus. And here also it is Al3 plus. It's not changed. Hai na? It's not Al5 plus. 5 plus. It will be 3 plus only. Okay. It is fixed. Okay? Okay. Now next. Writing chemical formula. How to write chemical formula? Anybody? Okay, just a minute. Here, This is what writing chemical formula, how to write a chemical formula. So first, the shortest way to represent a compound with the help of symbol and valency is called a chemical formula. Like if I'm writing NaCl, okay, if I'm writing MgCl2, or if I'm writing NaNO3, or if I'm writing, let's say, CuSO4, these are what? These are the chemical formula, right? So the shortest way to represent a compound with the help of its symbol, this is what? This is a symbol of copper. This is a symbol of Na is what? Sodium. Mg is magnesium. So this is the shortest way to represent a symbol and valency of elements. है ना? Valency means power. Okay. So that is known as so that is known as what? That is known as the chemical formula. So chemical formula of a compound shows its constituent elements and the number of atoms of each combining element. So here it's saying that chemical formula of a compound, this is what? NaCl is my compound, है ना? Sodium and chlorine, this is a compound. So chemical formula of a compound, its constituent elements and the number of atoms of each combining element. This is what? Sodium is element, chlorine is element, is combined to form a whole compound. So this is what? This is a chemical formula of a compound. So in ionic compound, the charge on each ion is used to determine with some chemical formula. Now see, the valencies or charge on the ion must be balanced. Your valencies must be balanced. Okay. Next, when a compound consists of a metal or a non-metal, the symbol of the metal is written first on the left, whereas of non-metal in the right. Let's say the symbol of the metal is written first, and on the left, whereas of non-metal is on right. If I'm writing calcium oxide, so chemical formula of calcium oxide is CaO. Sodium chloride, or we all know NaCl. Iron sulfide, FeS. Copper oxide is CuO. So where here is what? Here your oxygen, chlorine, sulfur are what? Non-metals, है ना? Your oxygen, your chlorine, your this sulfur is what? Is non-metals. So they are written on which side? Tell me. Tell. These are written on right side. And whereas all the metals are written on the left side. See now. I'm writing calcium oxide, okay? Let's say calcium oxide, which is CaO. So this is calcium is metal or non-metal? Calcium is metal or non-metal? Anybody?
Non-metal.
Non-metal. Metal. And what about oxygen?
Metal.
Oxygen is also metal.
No, I said that calcium was metal.
And oxygen is non-metal.
Non-metal.
Right? So here your non-metal is written on which side? On right side, na?
Yes, non-metal is on right side.
And your metal is
On left side.
in left side. So this is what? This is a way of writing a chemical formula. Means your all metal thing will be on left side. So this is my metal one. This is left side. And all my non-metals will be written on right side. Okay? Understood? So everybody understood now that chemical formula, the metal one is written on the left and the non-metal is written on the right side. Now what is next?
Yes.
When compound is formed with polyatomic ions, the ion is enclosed in a bracket. See, what is your polyatomic ions? Polyatomic ions means which consist of more than one. है ना? Poly means more than one. So this is what, when compound is formed with polyatomic ions, the ion is enclosed in a bracket. See here. In case the number of polyatomic ion is 1, the bracket is not required. Like here, if your number of polyatomic ion is 1, then we will not need any bracket. And if let's say OH twice is written, then what we have to do? We have to put one bracket and then we will write like this. Okay? If the polyatomic ion is 1, then we know, then no need of bracket. We will not write like this. Only NaOH simply. But here, if it's 2, then what we have to do? We have to put one bracket and then we have to write 2. Okay? So first one was what? The valencies should be balanced. Second one was your non-metal will be on the right side and your metal will be on the left side. And what is third one? Third one is if the number of your polyatomic ion is 1, then we know then no need of bracket. And if it's 2, 3, 5, 10, then we will put bracket. Okay? Shazan and Arham, any doubt here? Okay, so these are what? These are ways of writing your chemical formula. Okay, that metal one, non-metal one, it should be balanced, and you have to put some bracket if valency is more than if your polyatomic ion is more than one, then you have to put bracket. Now what is this formula for a simple compound? What we have to do, see, write the symbols of constituent elements and their valencies as shown below. Okay, let's write it here. Let's say I'm writing example of hydrogen sulfide. Okay, hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen is S, and what about sulfide? Sulfide is S. Okay, so writing the symbols. So we already wrote symbols, like for hydrogen is H and for sulfide it's S. So this part is done. Now write the symbol of cation first, followed by the symbol of anion. So what we have to do? We have to write the symbol of cation and we have to write the symbol of anion. Okay, now we have to crisscross that. So if you will crisscross, then you will get to know. First, let me see this periodic table. Sulfur, where is sulfur? Okay. See, the charge of hydrogen is 1 and the charge of sulfur is -2. So what we have to do? We have to crisscross. Then what we will write? We will write H2S. That's it. It's like this only. That we have to crisscross and we have to write. But carbon is 4 and chlorine is 1. Let's check it out. Here your carbon is, where is chlorine? Chlorine is 1. No, this will not work here. Okay. So now you will tell me that what about calcium oxide? Calcium is what? It's Ca and oxide is O. And what is the charge of calcium? Razi, what is the charge of calcium? Any idea? Anybody?
Hello.
Hmm?
Ma'am, can you repeat your question?
How to find charge of an element?
Ma'am, calcium is positively charged. Ma'am, it is a cation.
What? Okay, wait, let me write here. Here, with green one, I'm writing that this hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, all are with 1 plus charge. Okay? And your this beryllium, magnesium, calcium, and this strontium, all are with 2 plus charge. Okay? This is what 1 plus and this is what 2 plus. Now, your this one, this BAlGa is 3 plus. Okay? Now your carbon, this all are with 4 plus also we can write, or 4 minus also. This one is 3 minus, this one is 2 minus, this one is 1 minus, and this one is 0. And what was our question? This is what about calcium oxide. So let us see. If I'm writing calcium oxide, okay? Calcium is what? Ca, oxide is O. What about Ca? Where is your Ca? Check. Everyone, come on, check. Where is calcium? Calcium is having charge. How much charge calcium is having here? Tell. Razi, tell me. Arham, no idea. See, here is your calcium, na? And calcium
2 plus?
yes, it's having charge 2 plus. Calcium is having charge 2 plus. Okay. And what about your oxide? Means your oxygen? See.
-2.
-2. It's 2 minus. So what we have to do? We have to crisscross. Hai na? And if we will crisscross this, it will be what? It will be Ca2O2, or we can write CaO. Okay. Now, one more example we will do. Sodium carbonate. This one. Yes. Sodium carbonate. And see, Arham, magnesium. Where is magnesium? See, your magnesium is this, and magnesium is having charge what? 2 plus. Okay. That's why the valency of magnesium is 2. Okay, now you understood?
Yes, ma'am, got it.
So see here, this is what sodium and carbonate. Sodium is what? Na. Carbonate is what? Carbonate is
Carbon.
carbon.
Wait,
Carbonate. Tell me.
I don't know.
Don't remember. See, carbonate is what? CO3, right? Carbonate is CO3. Now, Sodium. Let's check sodium. Where is sodium? Na. Where is Na? Na is having 1 plus, है ना? 1 plus. So let us write this 1 plus. Now what about this CO3? What about CO3? Means your oxygen, na? CO3, carbon and oxygen. So your oxygen is having here charge how much? 2 minus. So what we have to do? We have to just crisscross it. So it will be Na2CO3. So this is what? This is a chemical formula of that particular compound. Okay. See, aluminum oxide, Al is plus 3. You can check there in the periodic formula, and oxygen is minus 2. So we have to crisscross it, means Al2O3. What about sodium nitrate? Na and NO3 is what? Minus 1. NO3 is minus 1, CO3 is minus 2, and here also CO3 is minus 2. Yeah, potassium is 1. You can check there. Your this sodium is also 1. So only we have to what? We have to do a crisscross, and you will find a new chemical formula. Okay, done? Any doubt? In the next class, we'll learn about this one. Okay, formula of simple compound and your molecular mass, your mole concept. Okay, molar mass and moles means basically we will learn mole concept in the next class. Okay, done, everybody?